Hey everybody, Jesse with Hunt Performance. Today, we're taking a look at the fence corral project that is now finished. And yeah, so let's get into it. So I finished the fence corral project that I've been working on that you guys seen on the channel. I'll put links in the description to the other videos, but I wanted to take a second and show you guys this. But before I do that, I want to take you back a little bit to while it was still under construction and show you some slick corner solutions for continuous fence panels. So I'm going to kick you back, let you watch that, and then we're going to come back to the fence corrals. But please like, subscribe, comment, check out the links in the description to support the channel. I'd appreciate it. So let's kick you back. So I got two corners that meet like this, one here, one up there. I haven't finished that one yet. That's going to be an inside corner, and this is an inside outside for our alleyway because our panels are on the inside of our alleyway. But what I did is I took, these are 1 5/8" continuous fence panels. I found it's about 1 7/8" pipe. It happens to, the panels slide in there, so I've got them slid in as far as they can go on both sides. And then I welded these 90-degree angled pieces of pipe, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to weld those to my corner posts, and that's going to hold them in. It's going to allow the continuous panels to expand and contract in you know, warmer weather and cold weather as temperature changes. But also, you know, I think it's a cleaner look than a lot of other solutions you may find with this panel. The only thing I wish is that, you know, if it was a really expensive or high-end job, I would come in here and I would, you know, fill this gap in here with a little piece of pipe all the way down, and so that's all smooth and nice. But, you know, these are going to work really good. It's going to look really clean, and I think it's just going to work out nice. So I'm going to get to welding this, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, now that you've seen that fence corner slick solution, I want to show you it one more time. See here, we've got two continuous panels into about some 1 7/8" pipe. And on this one, since it's an inside corner, there wasn't a whole lot to weld this to. So I went ahead and I stuck some square stock into the corners on both sides. So I had some more to weld to. Not the best solution. Round stock would probably look better there, but square stock is what I had on hand. And it's gonna work well, and they're small enough that there's not really anything you can get caught on, but that's a sweet solution. Another thing I wanted to talk about is that you're probably, another tip I guess, is you're probably gonna miss something. So on these continuous fence panels, on just every standard post, I have 4 clips. 1 skip, 2 skip, and then a bottom one because they're 6-rail panels. And then on main posts, I have 6. So like at the ends and at this corner, I have 6. I missed one of the welds on one of the panels, and then on the, like, I got the top welded, but I didn't get the bottom welded. So then one of these lovely animals stuck their head in the fence, that one over there against the gate. She stuck her head in the fence and she pulled back and she snapped that clip off. No big deal. I just went back and I went ahead and welded both sides. Just know that you're probably gonna miss some stuff. Another thing I want to talk about is hanging these gates. I just used a ratchet strap on the overhead and I hung them, you know, really, really good. They actually turned out really well. If you can see that gap, it's pretty consistent, pretty tight. So if this gate sags ever a lot, it'll probably be an issue, but I do have a little more space at the top than I do at the bottom, so I got room for some sag. Another issue I had hanging this gate is, I don't know if you can see it, but this end post right here is bowed pretty significantly, and so is this one. If I can get along here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's bowed pretty bad. Also, when I was putting a level on this guy, this part over here, there's a whoop in the pipe on the top rail also. So that is also threw me off. And just make sure you want it to be level across the top, but you also want this post level to the world too. Because if this is level to the world, it's going to swing pretty good. All my gates ended up working pretty well. And I want you to also keep in mind, this is phase 1 of a multi-phase project that will be going in here. But phase 1, we got completed so that these animals could get out of the neighbors and all that stuff. But like I said, eventually there will be extensions off here, and we'll have more alleyway and gates and things like that. Yeah, so basically just know you're going to miss stuff, and you know, hang gates as level as you can. On these big long gates, these are some 14-footers. That one up there's a 16-footer. I kicked the end up just a little bit when I welded it in, so when it sagged down, it sat pretty level. They all sit pretty level, and they all sit pretty close to the same height. Where I did have to do some change up was the slam latches. Let me get in here and show you. So like I said, let's talk about the slams. So because these slams and the way that these continuous panels worked, I didn't want to cut the panel because I just felt like it wasn't a good solution. So I had to put that in this spot because that's the best place that it worked. That's the best place that it worked for the gate to hang properly. This gate sagged just a little bit. I may fix that a little later, but your gates are probably going to sag. And you know, I'm fighting a lot of things here. I have the 1 5/8" gap here, and then I had to make this gap here a little wider because of the 1 5/8" panels on both sides. I did put them on the inside because this is an alleyway and I want the more pressure here. But even so, as you see, even with the 1 5/8" panels where I was able to hang the hinges, the gates do fold flat against the fence. One thing that I wish I would have noticed earlier that I think is a mistake is these gates don't have any locks on the latches. So let's say we got this gate shut, right? We have that gate shut and we got an animal in here circling around whatever way. Especially if they're horned animals like these guys are. If they come around the corner here and they stick their head in here, they can pop that guy open. So I think I'm gonna have to add a just a little flap to come over the top here. And I thought these gates actually came with it because I've seen these gates before. These gates are pretty popular around where I live in southern Idaho. These guys build a lot of gates for pretty much everybody, dairies, cattle guys, anybody really. But I thought they came with a little flapper deal and I didn't check, so that was my fault. I will fix that when we come back for phase 2 to build onto this. I will go ahead and fix that. Otherwise, I am pretty happy with how this project turned out. There are some things that I would do differently, but overall it turned out pretty good. You know, for not building pipe fence in a while, it turned out pretty good and I'm pretty happy with the end product. And as you see, we've had animals in here for 3 weeks now. We put them in the pen before I even had the alleyway completed and the gates all hung. I literally came out here one day in the middle of the heat and sweated and got these 2 gates up so we could get these animals moved. But I do really enjoy this corner solution I came up with, continuous fence. I'm probably gonna continue to use that on any kind of fence that I build. One other thing I wish I would have done is clean up as I go, because now I'm sitting here spending a lot of time at the end gathering all these little pieces of pipe and stuff that I cut off and putting them into piles. Like, I know I'm going to come back and have more work here, but I wish when I went and cut all the posts that I would have just picked all these pieces up and got rid of them. That would have helped me out a lot in the end. Anyway, just remember that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have to fix stuff. That 116-foot gate, I had to cut it off 3 times before I got it hung correctly. So that is going to be, you know, it's going to take time. And as you guys like start to build these things, it's not that complicated really. It just takes time. And once you do it, like once I hung that 16, I couldn't decide what to hang first, right? The 10s because they're shorter and easier, or the 16 or the 14s. I went ahead and went with the 16 because it was the most open, and honestly it had the most play in the end if you thought about it. But I would do things differently over there. I would have hung that bottom hinge as low as I possibly could, just because now I see that that bull's lifting that, or the animals are lifting that gate up, which, you know, they're probably not going to get out of it, but it's still a thing I wish I would have done. Other than that, make things as level as you can, even as you can, make them look good to the eye. This all looks pretty good to the eyeball. Oh, and I went ahead and I did cap every open post. So all these overheads are capped. These corner posts are capped. And like I said, there is no intrusion except for maybe minor pinholes for wasp or anything like that to get in and build nests, because I hate that. I hate when you're working cattle or, you know, something happens and you shut a gate or something and wasps come flying out everywhere. It really just ruins the way that things are. So I am going to come back in here with some foam or some caps and cap these guys to keep wasps out of there, just because, like I said, I got continuous all the way around. Some of the other opens ends are going to be extensions, but anything that's going to be closed off and permanent where it is, I will foam shut to keep wasp out, because I hate them. And then I will grease these gates before I leave and be good to go. I got the slag to clean off still, but I'm pretty much done, and I'm happy with it. So get out there and build something, guys. please, like I said, check out the links in the description to support the channel. I know this isn't that exciting of a video, but I did want to show you the end product of quite a bit of work, but really I spread it out over a lot of time, so it's not that big a deal. But thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. We will see you guys in the next one. Got a lot of projects coming up. Hopefully this channel keeps growing. See you guys later.